Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Market Watch. This is Empire Crypto TV. My name is Stone. And once again, let me repeat that you're on the Market Watch this evening in Africa, looking at the market. Moving quite aggressively this afternoon. In fact, the whole day looking at the Bitcoin, and there is a huge breakout that just happened just a few hours ago. Looking at the hour chart in the cryptocurrency space, and but of course, like to also just to invite our friends and family out there who are watching Empire Crypto TV, who are interested in investing in the crypto space. And we're not only going to be looking at just the Bitcoin, also various markets as well. But it's been an interesting day today because this breakout is something that I anticipated yesterday, but I didn't know that it would be so aggressive. Looking at that candlestick right there, because I was hoping to see the prices going to $39,000 per Bitcoin or 40,000 and above. Seeing it right now in this point, it really gives me goosebumps. Not only just Bitcoin has outperformed most of the cryptocurrencies, and also the ADA as well, the one that I was hoping to go as high as at this point right here at 0.94, but that's too far. But at 0.887 right there, that is the highest that I was hoping to see the Cardano go. But now it is also moving in aggressive manner with correlation with the Bitcoin, because obviously the Bitcoin, being the mother of all cryptocurrencies, does influence the entire cryptocurrency platform in the space as well. But looking at the market, on various scales as well. We are looking at the gold. Remember, gold, it had reached 2055 an ounce just yesterday. But commodities, on the other hand, were winning yesterday, and they had an aggressive power. They were bullish. But come today, beginning of the day, that all has changed. Now you can see now. Commodities like gold and oil have fallen off, looking at that bearish trend, just downtrend all the way down, and then it even went as lower than 2,000 an ounce for the gold. And also the US oil also took a knock as well. All the commodities right here took a knock. Meanwhile, the stocks and the cryptocurrencies have been thriving. But looking at the stocks has not been doing as well as the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. They just have this skip. Looking at the Google stock right now, Google stock just jumped just a few hours ago from this area of 2.5 to 2,616 per share within the Google market. But that remains to be seen, because now there is a bearish trend that is trying to form with these small candles. But there's also lack of volatility when I look at the market as well. It's not as convincing as one should want it to be, because if now the levels that are still there intact, they at 2.2727 for the Google, and I still hope to see that it should go higher than 2727, but it's still at 2616. And also the gold being taking a knock. It's looking to go back to the 2,000 an ounce levels that it had yesterday, but it lost all of that. But the highest performing right now, it is the Bitcoin right here with $2,000 dollars per coin, and it still keeps on going. As you can see, that aggressive candlesticks as well. Of course, we're gonna go through the coinmarketcap.com. Let's look at the coinmarketcap.com that we see. But before I move on, please be sure to invite your friends if you enjoy the show, and share the live show, of course, and be sure to subscribe and win with Empire Crypto TV. And of course, we are doing a market analysis right here this hour in the afternoon if you are in Africa. And we're going to look at the coin market cap. Looking at the coin market cap, of course, Bitcoin being number one. Now, for the day, the aggressiveness and the growth of Bitcoin has gained 9.91% in 24 hours. But in the week long, it still has a loss of 4.18%. So though we are seeing these gains, but the actual gain has not been yet been achieved until we see that 7-day gain or make it a green instead of a red, then we can be far more confident that the cryptocurrency might be going on a positive note. But for now, that remains to be seen. And looking at the stories that came out regarding the market as well, looking at investing.com, Dow futures rise for 30 points, tentative signs of diplomacy over Ukraine. So there is some diplomatic talks that is happening within Ukraine regarding the war that has been ravaging everything around, including the market itself, sending crude oil yesterday to its highest level since 2008. Now, today, it's a different story. Look at the side right now here. As you can see, it's all red, whereas yesterday they were green and it was safe. And I'm looking at my commodities right here. If you go to investing.com, you can just click right here and just look at commodities. And there's also indices. Indices, they are on their gain. And we are talking in terms of stocks. And it's all green and healthy. But today, we are looking at the commodities, but it's not as green as it looked like yesterday. And it just took a drop. So I also think that it has reached that overbought conditions on the relative strength index, on the scale overall. It's likely that these commodities may come back and to be strong again if anything is not resolved within Ukraine in terms of the war. Okay, the article goes on to say US stocks are seen opening higher Wednesday, rebounding after recent losses amid the first signs of compromise from the Russian and Ukrainian governments, while investors digest volatile oil prices that we've seen being surging. So I'm going to just skip all of that, but I want to go to the main issue that is affecting everything in and around the world. There were tentative signs of diplomatic shift in the conflict after Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said Russia has no intention of occupying Ukraine or overthrowing its government, but they are attacking them, but which is a major thing, which is affecting most of the people. I can understand they are not going to occupy it, but for the fact that they were attacked and people have already moved out of their homes, people are going underground, it's a lot to take in itself. These comments came a day after Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said he had cooled on the idea of joining NATO. Now, remember, NATO consists of 30 member countries, which is Ukraine is not part of them. Even Russia is not part of them. So the whole conflict came about that Ukraine would join NATO, and Russia is not a good friend of NATO, in fact, an enemy to such an extent that he had to attack Ukraine if ever it had ideas of joining NATO. But the prospect of which was a prime factor behind Russia's invasion. The war in Ukraine and the associated Western sanctions on Russia have sent commodity prices like oil, and especially oil on the oil side, and also nickel and gold, and the crude market in particular, soaring to multi-year records. This has prompted concern that this will force the Federal Reserve, already concerned about the surging inflation, to hike interest rates. This is another thing that can set ablaze in the market, the interest rate issue, the hike interest rates more aggressively than initially expected. Now, remember, this month was meant for the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates. So now, since all of this is happening, they say the hike will be more aggressive, in a sense that people are gonna look for other ways to hedge their funds. One of those ways is going to be cryptocurrency. It's likely to see Bitcoin to grow more aggressively this coming month because of these news. And I think because of these news, this also has set ablaze the cryptocurrency space after this announcement was made 24 hours ago. The Biden administration added to the volatility late Tuesday, which was yesterday, by announcing that United States would ban Russian oil imports. So this announcement as well also put a shake in the market. However, the International Energy Agency said Wednesday it could release more oil from stocks and will draw up an action plan to swiftly reduce oil usage. So that is also like trying to save energy, because now, because of the sanctions that has been set against Russia, has caused a lot of a lot of uncertainty within the market, in a sense that, you know, you've seen that skyrocketing oil prices. The investors of oil and commodities sector, yes, they may go gain, like they have gained yesterday, but it also cripples the economy, whereby people are have to spend more money. And United States itself is a country that uses a lot of energy, and most of the oil that they use come from Europe, in the places like Russia, and that supply is quite needful. They really need oil in America. They need energy, despite the fact that there's these conflicts that are happening in and around, but they need energy. Energy is something that is very important in the United States. Hence, they are trying by all means trying to resolve this situation, which is so difficult for economies to come about and around. And of course, when we are looking at the market, but I want to switch over to look at the market and look at the crypto market with the coin desk. Okay, these are some of the projects as well that people can look out and on investing. So these projects, some of them are familiar with people. These are not new projects. These are projects actually that are moving, that are going to show some sort of volatility in the next coming few months. Previously, on the coin list platform, tokens distributed to over 800,000 network participants. Okay, these are some of the projects, which is a Guild of Guidance by Economy, Gods Unchained. Now you can see that these projects were established like 2021 last year and so forth. It's not; these are not the recent project or new project. These projects that they've been around, but these are the most promising projects. As you can see, some of them have that green sign and they have positive outlook on the market as well. Flow, Casper, Mina, all of these projects that are coming out, that have been out since 2021 all the way to 2019, I think about 2017. These are some of the coins or projects that are still, even Solana, this is one of the most famous project that has been out there, gaining 39.7764% on this day. So look out for these projects and analyze them. These are some of the projects that can also help investors within the cryptocurrency space to have an alternative to be able to invest in cryptocurrency space, to have an opportunity as well. Having been in the cryptocurrency space, I've always looked out for prominent projects, but it's not easy. Some projects may look prominent, they may look promising, but some of these projects can tentatively just fail along the way and do not give you the result that you most desired. Not all brand new projects can be promising. Some projects can be a bit old, but they can have more promising because they've been out there and because of that experience, and they are trying to regain momentum. And these are some of these projects that are holding tight to the crypto community, that have been listed since 2017, as early as 2017, of course. So let's just do a final recap of the market. Now looking at the Bitcoin right there in this hour now, just seeing a bearish candlestick just forming. Probably is going to be temporary. Maybe it's going to be going down, maybe just to reverse this major bullish candlestick on this afternoon. But let's see what happens. But it was a breakout strategy that could have made a trader win this trade. If anyone entered the market as soon as yesterday when I announced that the cryptocurrency may go to $40,000 to $41,000 and above and breaking out, they sure as well made a lot of money. But another resistant breakout that I'm hoping to see, it may be far away or far above. It's at $44,000 per coin. Once I see the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin going 44,000 in those zones and above, then I can assume that the Bitcoin is likely to be joining again the 50,000 mark. Thank you very much for joining me at Empire Crypto TV, and this has been the Market Watch, and good evening if you're in Africa and everywhere. Hello and goodbye. Thank you very much.